Hello, friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the weekly Middle East Vigil service. Today, Efrat is not with us online, and she sends us her blessings. So I will cover the domestic arena, and I will refer to a topic that has to do with the autoimmune disease of the Israeli society that Efrat talks about. Last week, large demonstrations took place in Arab towns like Sakhnin and in Tel Aviv, with tens of thousands of Arabs and Jews marching together, carrying black flags and signs such as Arab Lives Matter and enough of the abandonment. They demand personal security and equality. They protest against the high rate of crime in the Arab society in Israel. Yeah, the Arab society has reached a high level of crime in Arab towns inside of Israel. And the main problems are gang violence, protection rackets against businesses, shootings in streets and homes, and blood feuds between extended families. And many Arab leaders describe this as a crisis and even an emergency situation. This is a snapshot of the actual situation without getting into what brought about this state of affairs. The police, with its right-wing minister of security, show a growing pattern of systemic neglect and ineffective protection for Arab citizens, even though they say they will actuate new security policies. So many Arab citizens experience the security police as indifferent or complicit. So the Arab crime against the Arabs themselves is one other aspect of this autoimmune disease of the Israeli society. And in the midst of it, there is a bright healing sparkle, which is the reaction of Arab citizens and the cooperation of Jewish citizens. Now, we will briefly move on to the shifts in the Arab arena with Syria's President Ahmed al-Sharra, his visit to Moscow, and his seeking to restore and redefine ties with Moscow. It's very interesting. When we were talking of blocs in the Middle East, Syria was included in the resistance axis, the Iran-aligned resistance axis bloc. Then, after Assad, Syria kind of shifted to the West. Definitions that were right a month ago are not right anymore. So we should be a bit cautious in arbitrarily defining those tendencies, even if it's only were for some coherency or understanding. Today we are witnessing shifts. All is fluid and feels ambiguous and unsettling for us outside observers. It breaks familiar mental models. Yeah, so it feels quite unsettling. So al-Sharra goes to Moscow openly, and Washington does not disapprove. That's new. So, friends, this is just a fact to think about in terms of attempts to move out of crystallization. Thank you. Over to you, Uta.
Yeah, thank you, Helen, for this added view into the Middle East that never tires of surprising us. I found now very interesting this, what you said, one of the slogans of the Arab population in Israel being Arab lives matter. It resonates with our motto, sea thought of every human life is sacred. Yeah, okay. So let us do our work. Let us settle into our body. Coming into our inner silence. Touching base with our heart between the shoulder blades. And making sure that it is purified in harmlessness, so it can hold these shifting complex situations beyond judgment. Collecting our mental forces in the center of the head. And from here, expanding into an inclusive planetary perspective. Standing as the soul in incarnation, in the will to love. Visualizing ourselves now coming together, reaching out to each other, heart to heart, mind to mind, soul to soul. We are in vibrational resonance with all soul-guided servers around the world as part of the Ajna center of the planet. Standing calm on our pinnacle at the midway point between humanity and hierarchy. Turning our eyes towards struggling humanity and observing the forces in motion, the turmoil and pressure on this threshold to a new age. Focusing now on the region of West Asia, getting a sense of the many powerful forces meeting here in the Middle East vortex. Taking a brief look at all that has been mentioned, the new dynamics in Syria, the ongoing movements and new configurations happening in the Arab world at large all the time, shifting and changing. In the attempt towards more regional autonomy and diversification of international relationships. Looking also for a moment at the Israeli Arabs, finding their voice. Together with Jews that support them in it. And including in our awareness, Palestine, Gaza, West Bank. And also all that is happening around Iran, in and around Iran. And we once again acknowledge that West Asia is a playground for humanity's ancient karmic solar plexus issues as a whole. The question of identity and belief, the conflict of interests, the struggle for dignity and sovereignty. Let us now do our transmuting work. Refocusing on the pinnacle. And from the pinnacle, draw a line of light upwards towards hierarchy, the planetary heart center. Continuing the line towards Shambhala, the planetary head center. Visualize a stream of love and will pour into the planetary Ajna center, a group of world servers. And there become light, soul light. In this light, visualize the process of transmutation taking place in West Asia. Visualize, imagine the transformation of conflict into a field of creative tension. Let us sense and intuit a possible process for this zone of complex turmoil to transform into a field of creative tension. Let us invoke the Lords of Liberation to help us in this transmuting all that stands in the way, and evoking the soul light in humanity to forge together a path for the saving force on our planet. Let the Lords of Liberation issue forth. Let them bring succor to humanity. Let the rider from the secret place come forth, and coming save. Come forth, Almighty One. Let the souls of men awaken to the light, and may we stand with masked intent. Let the fiat of the Lord go forth, the end of woe has come. Come forth, Almighty One. The hour of service of the saving force has now arrived. Let it be spread abroad, Almighty One. Let light and love and power and death fulfill the purpose of the coming one. The will to save is here. The love to carry forth the work is widely spread abroad. The active aid of all who know the truth is also here. Come forth, Almighty One, and blend these three. Construct a great defending wall. The rule of evil now must end. See and sense a shaft of pure golden white light, broad and brilliant, flood West Asia. See a huge column of light pouring through all planes. Hold this column steady in the will to peace. See soul light flooding the mental plane of the Middle East. See soul light pouring into the astral plane of the Middle East. See soul light pouring into the etheric physical plane of the Middle East. Penetrating into the earth. Joining the Devic forces, transmuting the ancient records of evil sharing, dissolving and purifying them into the recognition that every human life is sacred. Let us take 3 minutes to see this work proceeding. transforming conflict into a field of creative tension. Visualize the saving force spreading in West Asia, becoming active in each nation, each ethnic group, each religious group. Visualize the principle of the highest good of all, gradually and steadily taking root, lifting humanity from solar plexus dynamics into the heart. Let us affirm this as we sound the great invocation in Hebrew and in Arabic. מנקודת האור אשר בדעת אל, יזרום האור אל דעת האדם, ירד האור על פני האדמה. מנקודת האהבה אשר בלב האל, תזרום האהבה אל לבבות אנוש. ישוב מורה עולם על פני האדמה. מהמרכז שבו נודע רצון האל, תנחה תכלית את רצונות אדם. תכלית אותה מורי האנושות יודעים ומשרתים. מהמרכז אשר נקרא המין האנושי, תוגשם תוכנית האהבה והאור, ויחתם הפתח אל הרע. יהי רצון ויחדשו אור, אהבה, עוצמה, את התוכנית על פני האדמה. אמן.
من نقطة النور في العقل الإلهي ليشع النور في عقول الناس وليهبط النور إلى الأرض. من نقطة الحب في القلب الإلهي ليتسرب الحب إلى قلوب الناس وليرجع معلم الكون إلى الأرض. من المركز الذي تعرف منها إرادة الله لتقود الغاية إرادة الناس البسيطة، تلك الغاية والتي يدركها المعلمون ويخدمونها. من المركز الذي ندعون بالجنس البشري لينتج تسمين الحب والنور ويختم على الباب الذي يقيم به الشر، ليجدد النور والحب والقوة التسمين على الأرض. الله أمين.